Okay, who's ready to get this party started? XRP Run to $3. You better lock in, folks. We are just a couple weeks here into 2025. XRP already taking off, and you're seeing from a technical, fundamental, and a legal standpoint, nobody stands in a stronger position. We're going to get right on into this update. Honestly, I already dropped 2 updates today, so I didn't even prepare a lineup for tonight. I just came live because XRP is moving on up. I wanted to come join the community, the XRP family, come hop in here and see how the vibe is feeling. With XRP moving all the way up above $2.80 here, I'm going to take a look at this chart just to get an updated look. $2.82, but the move did stretch us all the way up to about $2.87 is the highest that I saw on CoinMarketCap. What did you see on your exchange? I'm curious to hear from you guys. What was the highest price that you saw on your exchange for XRP? During these pumps, you'll start to see the arbitrage opportunities between the exchanges, and at times they will struggle to handle these pumps. We've seen this time and time again with XRP. And what's been so interesting to watch here is that this has been driven primarily by spot buyers loading up on XRP without leverage. Just simply take my dollars, take my funny money fiat, and give me XRP, please. And these are folks that are getting into XRP over memes, getting into XRP, just because they see gains, getting into XRP because they see the DeFi ecosystem about to blow up. We talked about that in this morning's update. This is a DeFi explosion coming from a retail perspective now, institutions on the way after regulations go live. And I think that, we're in for a real surprise here with this Trump administration and the most pro-crypto Congress that we've ever had, how quickly things can change. Now, of course, part of our analysis is understanding the enemy and how they've been moving against us and how far they're willing to go to protect their agenda. But important to understand that as long as we can survive whatever they throw our way, whatever black swan event it's going to be, like I said, I'm buying the dip on the alien invasion. Right? When I turn on the TV and we see that the mothership is over DC or New York City, and we're supposed to believe that it's the end of the world, if the exchanges are still online, if Caleb and Brown will pick up the phone for me, I'll be calling my Aussie friends over at Caleb and Brown, and I'll be telling them we're buying. And I obviously use a couple other exchanges as well too, Coinbase and Uphold, but I'm going to be buying the dip. I'm done buying XRP at these levels. To be honest with you guys, my bags have been packed and I'm very happy. And we were already having a party. The reason why I was late here tonight, got a couple sick kids in the house here. And so I had the XRP Castle shirt on, had a little bit of snot on the shoulder here, a little messy. And so I had to clean up here, swap into the Trump XRP tee and clean up a little bit so that we could go live here and take a look at this situation, because we're less than 24 hours away from, just over 24 hours, because it's 8 o'clock. It's about a quarter after 8 on the West Coast, 11 o'clock Eastern, approaching midnight, which is when the final deadline for the SEC to submit their appeal briefs is due. So we're about 24 hours away as we record this live session tonight, less than 24 hours away before a make or break moment for XRP in this Ripple lawsuit. Now, of course, the odds are very strong that they will file the appeal briefs. We got a response from Stuart Alderati here today saying that they tried to basically extend this out and say, hey, let's be honest with ourselves here, Gary and gang. You're about to be replaced. You're gone, Gary, right? You're out of the picture. We never have to see you again, hopefully. I'm sure he'll get a nice cozy job, but hopefully we get rid of him, right? We know he's on the way out of the SEC at least, whether or not CNBC still gives him a chance to come stop by, which he did do 2 interviews. He's on the road show right now trying to tell everybody how great the SEC has been under his watch, right? But the point being here, less than 24 hours away, is Gary Gensler going to give us one here and not file the appeal and say, okay? Stu told us that they tried to extend the deadline. The SEC didn't want to do it. So what we're picking up from that is that the appeal briefs will be filed. And what you have to understand too is that Ripple's appealing too. And I've said this before. Go the distance and take them to town. Why not? And this is the Ripple case. Separate from the damages done to the XRP community, in the update earlier today, I noted what's being tracked here, the most recent figure, is we have nearly $2 trillion per year of regulatory burden from our government onto business entrepreneurs and capitalists that are trying to build in this country. You try to be productive in this country and you almost get attacked, right? And so this is $2 trillion in regulatory compliance added to the massive amount of damages done just to the XRP community, not even getting into the broader cryptocurrency space, which I believe also has a strong defense. A lot of other projects that are not fraudsters or scamsters and trying to do legitimate business that the SEC has come after. But the damage is well into the trillions, and that's the point. Finally, we are breaking free. And as we've been talking about in our most recent updates, while the rest of the space is still kind of nervous, they're still kind of anxious to figure out, and they're still hoping for Congress to pass legislation, right? Which we are too. Legislation will benefit everybody. A rising tide lifts all boats. The thing is, our boat is sailing a little bit faster than everybody else. A lot faster than Bitcoin and Ethereum, by the way. I might mention that. I know people get offended if I, don't praise or worship Bitcoin, but we got to acknowledge here that the ship is moving a little bit faster. Now, that ship is perseverance. For those of you guys that have been tapped in with us. Perseverance. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to wake up the kids and get myself in trouble smacking the table like that. You guys see. And by the way, this is going live on the website here in the next 24 hours. Speaking of 24-hour countdown, 24 hours till we go live. This is the most recent update from the Bearable Guy picture. The ship in our riddles was called Perseverance. Whether you want to believe in the riddles or not, just doesn't matter. The point being, the story here around XRP is the most interesting in crypto by far. When I flip on TikTok right now, I'm seeing a range of TikTok creators dropping XRP content. I'm seeing all sorts of demographics making XRP content. I'm seeing lives. I flipped on TikTok the other day, and it was, I forget what time it was. Middle of the night. You got some old timers running XRP spaces, pumping up XRP. I mean, guys probably in their 60s or 70s, and God bless them. This is the XRP go viral moment. It includes everybody pumping up XRP on TikTok, on Facebook. I'm starting to meet people in real life finally that are invested in XRP. Invested in XRP the most. Yeah, I'm a crypto guy. And then we say, oh, what do you think about XRP? And then the truth comes out. Well, it's my biggest bag. Of course it is. Great minds think alike. And I'm telling you, the XRP is in control, just like I titled my second update today. XRP bulls in control. That was before we pumped above $2.70. We were still at 260s. Here we are at 280. How quickly this reality for XRP is changing. While the rest of the space, okay, Bitcoin just hit 97,000. I just looked, we're at 97,000. Let's take a look at this Bitcoin chart. 97,000, moving back up. Nice little move. Very good. I saw some Bitcoiners. I saw Gary Cardone pumping it up. Tagging Scott Melker. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Like, Gary, let's talk about how you really feel about that XRP bag that you got, brother. Let's talk about that XRP bag that we're holding on to, just like everybody in this game. Everybody in this crypto game has an XRP moon bag. It's just whether or not they disclose it. And while it was popular to FUD on XRP, that's what they did. Now it's time to get on the XRP hype train, so we go long. We go long. But as I said, and I'm going to go through a couple updates here before we go into Q&A. How's everybody doing tonight? Appreciate you for stopping by. Once again, this is Tuesday. It's just a Tuesday. Just a random Tuesday. 6 days till Trump comes in. 5 days till Gensler is serving his last hours at the SEC. And the most pro-crypto Congress is coming in to get a deal done. And my expectations are very high for Trump and this Congress coming in. Very high. I'm ready to be very critical of the Trump administration and this Congress if we don't execute. It is time to get locked in. And what we're starting to see is getting me very excited. What I'm starting to see is not just my expectations are going to be met. What I'm starting to see is my expectations are going to be blown away. Because we are introducing bills right now, Fair Tax Act. You just saw Trump introduce the External Revenue Service. We are opening up Trump's Pandora's box, and everything's on the table. Whether you like him or love him or hate him or offended by him, you gotta understand what's at play. Your wealth depends on it. Getting in front of this transfer of wealth is absolutely critical. It's going to be the largest in the history of the world. And for once, us little guys were able to front run the institutions. Guys, check it out. This is XRP funding rates and spot premium haven't budged from Dom Trader View on X. I didn't even line up a show. I didn't even line up here. So I just got my bookmarks. Got my bookmarks lined up here. And we're going to go through and see what we're looking at here tonight. XRP funding rates and spot premiums still haven't budged. This XRP rally is continuing to be purely driven by spot buying. Genuine demand for coins has been pushing us higher. Let's see when perp traders start actually piling into longs because they haven't yet. Perp futures, perpetual futures, that's what he's talking about. Meaning that this rally for XRP is spot. As I said earlier, take my fiat, take my funny money, and by the way, it takes over $4 Canadian to get you one XRP right now. How about that 3-for-1 special that we bought? How about that 2-for-1 special? How about that dollar make you holla special? $2. You had 3 opportunities to buy below $2 before now we send here towards $3. 3-for-1 special in the other direction. You're right. $3 to get you one XRP, the standard new reserve currency of the new financial system. One of them. Gold plays a role. US dollar, we don't believe is going away, but it does transform. Has to be reset, has to be revalued, has to be restructured, which is exactly what Trump is opening up. It started, the icebreaker was tax on tips. Now we're talking about getting rid of the IRS. That elevated quickly, that escalated quickly, right? No tax on tips, Social Security, to forget about it. We're going to go collect it from everybody else. External Revenue Service. How about that for art of the deal? Like I said, this party's just getting started, folks. XRP rally, though, incredible. Check it out. This is from Dom. Once again, very informative post that I shared 1 month ago. Check it out below if you haven't. Many wonder how XRP having such a large market cap can move so quickly and much higher. And the simple answer is low supply and thin order books. Let me put this into perspective using Binance Perp Markets, that's perpetual futures once again, as an example. This is all theoretical and assumes someone market bought instantly, not realistic, but purely for educational purposes for Bitcoin. And once again, this is the market cap multiplier situation and equation that I've been analyzing basically over the past couple months. Now, Dom here, TraderView, he's provided good analysis and insight and data, but this is available for everybody to see. I've been using CoinGlass to watch this data on the order book heat maps, seeing where the inflows or outflows are going. And what we've been witnessing for XRP is that the market cap multiplier, and we took just 2 snapshots, 2 examples in the past month. One time it was at a 598, nearly 600 market cap multiplier. To break this down simply what that means, 1 billion of inflows would equal 600 billion of market cap growth. Okay, this is unheard of. This is not normal. This is not TradeFi arena and playing field. That's why these old timers, and nothing against my old timers, it's the TradeFi guys that don't know how to analyze these crypto assets, these technologies that are much different from a stock. And you have to look at the liquidity value, not just the market cap equation. And you have to understand that these assets are operating with market cap multipliers that are unheard of in every other market, whether it be a market for bonds, whether it be a market for stocks, you name it. We don't see market cap multipliers like this. This is unheard of. It only happens and is really this dramatic in meme coins, right? It's only this dramatic in meme coins. And then XRP has seen a market cap multiplier at times. We got 598. And then the one that we got the other day from Chad Steingraber, he took a screenshot. It was like 674,000 of inflows equated to market cap growing by billions. And the market cap multiplier in that equation was nearly 6,000. I'm telling you guys. Moment of silence for the market cap bros, because these guys are going to be struggling big time. And I hope that they tune in, and I hope that we can get them caught up to date, because this is a different dynamic. I understand we talked about market cap and how that applied to stocks back in the past. We've been using that. It's a great, way to understand how big an asset is value-wise. But when you want to take a look at these cryptos, you have to basically evaluate the inflows and how quickly they can move that price up through the market cap multiplier equation. Now, Dom is showing us here another person who's on top of this directly over the target. He says, let me put this into perspective using Binance perp markets as an example. This is all theoretical and assumes that someone market bought instantly, which is not realistic, but purely for educational purposes. Bitcoin, 985 million USDT required to clear 9,000 Bitcoin and move the price 25% higher. So it took nearly $1 billion, about 9,000 Bitcoin, to move the price 25%. For XRP, 59.73 million US dollars required to clear 19.88 million XRP and move the price 25% higher. What does this mean? It is approximately 16.5 times easier to move XRP 25% higher than Bitcoin in theory, assuming an even spread of sell orders across the price range. Market cap is irrelevant in this context. Ding, ding, ding. We got ourselves a winner, folks. Somebody who gets it. Market cap is irrelevant in this context. Let's say it for the market cap bros in the back one more time. What truly matters is the liquidity in the order book and the amount of market orders hitting those books. Liquidity. This all comes down to liquidity. I had really no understanding of liquidity up until I started investing in XRP. I had no idea about these markets, Nostro Vostro, and the product that we've seen here developed, on-demand liquidity, and how it addresses the problems that we see within liquidity. Now, taking a step back to what's taking place in our economy and the broader macroeconomic situation, if you wanted to summarize it, you could just say that it's a liquidity crisis. Okay, there's a lot of derivatives. There's a lot of debt. That's pretty much what we've been running on. And so everybody owes somebody something. And so when something tragic happens, when something bad happens, when somebody can't pay those loans back, what we see is ripple effects. And now our economies are interconnected across the globe. So what's happening in one state, for example, California, can have ripple effects to small, through the insurance. And this is what I'm predicting, is that, and we're already starting to see it, ripple effects through the insurance industry, to the small and regional banks, to the commercial banks, larger commercial banks in the United States that have exposure, to then even expanding and extending outside of our country. This liquidity crisis seen very present with the Japan carry trade unwind. Check the bond yields on Japanese bonds right now. Remember, this is a Fed that's trying to cut interest rates here back in the United States of America, while our inflation is going higher. And by the way, tomorrow we get the CPI lie, the updated CPI inflation gauge better known as the CPI lie, coming out tomorrow. Today, we got the producer price index, and I'll pull it up right here. Right, I'll pull it up right now for you guys. This is what we saw. Right here. You're looking at PPI year over year, producer price index. That's wholesale inflation, which obviously ripples back down into retail, right? Wholesale to retail. So we're looking at PPI year over year at 3.3%. We're looking at core PPI year over year at 3.3% and month over month growth by 0.2%. So inflation for wholesale still going up. Last week, we got the jobs report. Now, was this one last manipulation by the Biden administration? Probably. But nonetheless, they've had to adjust the jobs numbers by about 1 million. I saw that some folks had commented last time I talked about this jobs numbers and the Biden administration fibbing them. They said, well, Zach, this is the same numbers that Trump was using. Of course, but the revisions that have been made during the Biden administration have been much more dramatic. So these are flawed. It is all flawed data. All of it. Trump was using the same data. But the revisions is what you got to watch. The revisions under this Biden administration have been dramatic, to say the least, to put it lightly, to the tune of over 1 million jobs in the past year. They were lying big time. As Trump would say, bigly. They were lying bigly about these jobs in this economy. Now, on the other side, we have the Fed, who's trying to cut rates. Hey, guys, things aren't so hot. We hear your pain. Let us cut rates. And the bond market is holding up the biggest middle finger at the Fed, saying you're full of you know what. And those bond yields are going up. Same thing in Japan. Now, Japan's actually started to raise rates from basically negative rates to now raising them. And they're still, I think, not even at 1%. I think they're still at like 0.5% or so. It's crazy what they're at. But finally, they're moving in that other direction. This started to unwind that Japan carry trade, which brings us back to that liquidity crisis that we can so simply, summarize this situation with. What is XRP here to do? Provide on-demand liquidity for your memes. Yeah, that's right. On-demand liquidity for your memes. Whatever your favorite meme is. And the memesters are just crazy. These guys are lighting me up in the comments. These guys are lighting me up every day, shilling me their memes. But I'm happy that they get to build out the deep, open public pools of liquidity that we've been waiting to see on the XRP ledger through our AMMs. These guys are adding their meme coin. They're adding their XRP. They're building deep, open public pools of liquidity for their meme coin. God bless it. It's locking up XRP and burning XRP. Like I said, every single day somebody's taking money to the casino. Might as well have them bring it to the XRP ledger casino. You know what I'm saying? And so we got on-demand liquidity for your memes, but where it gets really good, we're only at 70 million in total value lock in our AMM so far. This is going to go 100x. As I talked about in today's earlier update, XRP Rapid Expansion was the title. And I predicted a 100x growth for our total value lock, which is the amount of value in our AMMs, and 100x for our DEX volume, the amount of trading on our decentralized exchange built into the XRP ledger. 100x. Now, will that equate to a 100x for price of XRP? Are we talking of XRP going from $3 to 300? Well, that's the fun part about this journey. Is XRP winds up somewhere here between $5 and 5,000. It's just like the market cap multiplier. We're literally watching a market cap multiplier from 500 to 5,000. Guess what JP Morgan released today? Their predictions that the XRP ETF would see inflows of $4 to $8 billion. Which if you're running at just the 100x multiplier, I mean, you're talking about XRP's market cap growing by hundreds of billions and trillions, literally. We are just getting started. Now, let me check comments, questions. I see we got lives. I see we got Flippy in the chat. Speaking of these memesters, these guys are absolutely insane. Flippy's another one. Flippy, where you at? Zach dropping truth bombs. Pay attention. Big 10 spot. Flippy, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well down there. Got to meet Flippy down in LA. And by the way, guys, we are still praying and watching this situation in California. Unbelievable. Governor Gavin Newsom putting on a clinic in government failure. As we've been warning about, nobody's coming to save you. You better have a plan. You better get locked in. You better get liquid, and you better stay locked and loaded if you know what I'm talking about. Hey, we got R3F4Z3, quite the username there, from Australia with a 10 spot. Hey, Zach, what's your thoughts on Casper? Are you holding any? I've got curious thoughts. No, I'm not holding any. Need to take a look at it. I know many people have mentioned Casper. Haven't taken a deep look at it. Keep up the good work, helping people find freedom. I appreciate you, my friend. And that's the thing, is that I've missed some of these other plays. I really don't like buying in on coins that have already pumped up to all-time highs. So for Sui, that's another great example. It's like a coin that I see. Okay, it has tech, has some stuff cooking, has some legitimate players involved. It looks like they're starting to talk to some respectable folks. They've had a lot of hype, but I don't like buying into the top of green candles. That's why I'm not buying any more XRP right now, even though I think, like I said, the potential for XRP to go a lot higher is there as far as going to a lot higher numbers, not just double digits. I'm talking about 3 digits and beyond. But even on the premise of, XRP running up towards 10, 15, 20 bucks this bull run, right? That's great. But for me, I've stacked my bag. I'm now moved on to stacking other cryptocurrencies at this point. And we're actually approaching some of my first targets on taking profit on some XRP. Mind you, let me make everybody very aware that I'm holding on to half of my bag of XRP this bull run. Even if we go up to 30 bucks, I will sell some XRP along the way. I do have an XRP exit strategy, but I'm keeping half my bag no matter what, even if this sucker goes up to 50 bucks. But I'm also planning on buying back in. Okay, so let me remind everybody of that when I mention that, okay? Now, what you're seeing here, this XRP go viral moment is not slowing down. Imagine how big of a blow it had to have been for the VC pump gang, and JP Morgan included in that, to admit that the XRP ETF was going to see more inflows than the Solana ETF. For the Solana ETF, they're predicting 3 to 6 billion. For the XRP ETF, it's 4 to 8 billion. So the minimum is higher, and their highest prediction is higher for XRP. So they believe that more money is going to come into the XRP ETF versus the Solana ETF. Okay, hold up, because I just thought of this off the top of my head. What did the bear tell us? What did the bear show us? I would show you my XRP Castle shirt, but my son got a bunch of snot on it, so I had to throw that in the wash, okay? I would show you the castle, because in the castle picture, the hidden hand coming out of the castle is holding the puppet with the puppet strings. Got the puppet strings, and that's how we're controlling the puppet, with the hidden hand coming out of the castle. In this most recent picture, you have a white flag signaling a surrender. That's exactly what JP Morgan just did today. Admitting that the XRP ETF is going to see more inflows than Solana, is waving the white flag out of the castle with Jamie Dimon. I just thought of that. There you go. I tell you what, every other crypto project and community wishes that they had this lore, wishes that they had this culture, wishes that they had our legal competitive advantage, wishes that they had the institutions that we got coming into our ecosystem. Everybody wishes that they had this, and nobody else does. We are the only ones with this full story, whether it's real, whether it's fake, whether you want to look at the full moon or not. JP Morgan gave you the numbers. So, hey, all riddles aside, you don't got to be a crazy riddler. JP Morgan gave you the numbers, waving the white flag of surrender. Because they know the XRP ETFs are going to eat every other ETF in the space. In fact, I think that we're going to see bigger inflows than the Ethereum ETF, easily. It's going to be interesting to see if we can run up on Bitcoin's numbers. Bitcoin, the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF has been the most successful ETF in the history of the world in ETFs. Now, we've only had ETFs for a few decades. I forget exactly how far or who launched the first ETF. I know the ETFs for gold and silver went live in 2003 for gold and 2004 for State Street. Now, remember what I said, and I covered this a while back when the Bitcoin ETFs were going live at the beginning of 2024. And I said, it took gold doing a 5x and silver doing a 10x after the ETFs went live before Wall Street was really able to get a control of gold and silver and before those markets cooled off. So when the ETF for gold went live in 2003, it then went and did a 5x between then and 2011, up to about $2,000 per ounce. For silver, it was a 10x from about $5 all the way up to $50. And they went live in 2004 with the silver ETF from State Street. 2004 to 2011, 10x for silver before Wall Street was able to control it. Because I know a lot of folks are worried about Wall Street suppressing and controlling the price and manipulating the price of XRP. What I am hopeful for is that we're unraveling, like I said, with the Japan carry trade being one of the sparks that's really setting this thing off, along with others. We unwind these derivatives. We unwind all this naked shorting, all this manipulation. We move it to blockchain and we go fully transparent. Meaning, when you make a claim, hey, this token that you're buying on the XRP ledger represents 10 ounces of gold. When you buy my token, you get 10 ounces of gold. And I verified that on the blockchain for everybody to see. Extend that out through the rest of the stock market, extend that out through the rest of the commodities trading and every other market imaginable, moving to DLT, full transparency, full collateralization, or at least we can see how collateralized you really are. That is my hope. And when we get that, that is the true level playing field for everybody to be able to participate and bring what value you got to the marketplace. Now, RF, I'll check in on Casper for you. Thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Let me get back down here and refresh the chat. If you guys haven't already dropped your comment, dropped your question, please do so. And please remember the cost of watching these live shows. Okay, these are not free. I'm going to need either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You can do either one, but I need you to hit it, smack it, tap it, or however you would feel. But you got to give me something. That's the cost, okay? You got to pay to play. And so to be with us here tonight, I'm going to need you to either smack it or tap it. Give me something. Am I holding XDC? Of course. Of course, it's one of my top holdings. Absolutely. Okay. Back into it. Q&A, rapid fire, drop it for me. I'm going to check my notes and see what else we're working with. Elon Musk has been sued. So one day before, we're about to get the SEC versus Ripple update, Elon Musk is now getting sued. And so we're going to be watching that one closely. I got an update here. I'm going to talk about this later. I'm going to save that one for later. We got some good stuff to talk about here. Okay, so this is Jason Williams. He's a Bitcoin maxi, but he says, I got the effing call. There is a rumor that Trump has a plan to make not capital gains on U.S. issued cryptocurrencies. Okay, so Basically, what he meant to say is there's a plan for no capital gains on US issued cryptocurrencies. Currently, XRP, ADA, HBAR, and Algo are tax free. Now, I did respond to him and I said, aren't you glad that you still got that XRP moonbag tucked away nice and safe? I see that he has not responded. Somebody responded to me and said, Zach's cooking tonight, I see. I had to get him, I had to ask him, aren't you glad? Because that's how all these guys are. They're the biggest Bitcoin maxis or they're into other stuff, right? And I'm telling you, I'm seeing a new wave on my timeline. I don't know if it's just my feed. What are you guys seeing out there? Because on my X feed, I'm seeing a bunch of Twitter handles with .eth, bunch of ETH bros, and a bunch of Solana bros. Like dumping, like dang near everything and moving on over into XRP. Like they're no longer trading memes and trading on Solana or Ethereum. They're just moving it all over to XRP memes. And we're seeing guys that are dumping like big bags on memes. I know people think that memes are a joke and stuff, but you got guys that are bringing like 10, 50, $100,000 to come trade memes. I know it's ridiculous, but that's how these guys roll. And I'm just saying, bring them on in. Come for the memes and stay for all the money. Come have a good time. I don't want to miss our super chat, so I'm going to scroll up here. I see the R3 gave us another one. Thank you, R3. Appreciate that. Now, let me see here. Okay, let me check. I don't want to miss the super chats. I saw that we got a couple others. Comments, questions, feel free to drop them. We're taking them. This is the XRP run to $3. Watch, let me check it. Okay, we've dropped below 280. We're at 278 right now. 278 right now. 1 second. Questions, feel free to drop them. Check in these comments. Appreciate you for stopping by. Okay. All right. R3 dropped another one. When we become the RBA Fed lending XRP to the banks and liquidity pools, that's what's coming. We're going to be our own banks on the XRP ledger. XRP will be the reserve currency. We'll be able to collateralize and tokenize everything else that we need to as far as real world assets, real estate, stocks, bonds, etc., along with being able to play around with the memes and NFTs and everything else there. And so this is coming with on-chain lending, an amendment that's in the pipeline right now. Jeremiah Henley, thank you for the 5 spot. If I put 1,000 in XRP right now, how much will it be once it gets to $5? Basically, I'm financially illiterate. Well, I appreciate the super chat. Appreciate that question. If you put $1,000 into XRP, you're getting, what is that going to be? $1,000 into XRP. Let's do the math. You're getting, whoops. $348 XRP right now at 270, or I did 287. Whoops. You're at 278. I was just curious to see how much you'd get for $1,000. Right. Yeah. So you get 359. So let's just say 360. So you're getting 360 XRP. And so if we go to $5, you're going to double up. So yeah. Basically, your 1,000 turns into 2,000 if we go to $5. But it's crazy. I just wanted to look at that. Yeah, $1,000 right now is only going to get you 360 XRP. I remember putting $1,000 towards XRP and getting 2,000. Remember putting $1,000 towards XRP, getting $3. It's crazy now that this is flipped the other way. $1,000 only gets you a few hundred XRP. That's crazy. Let me check these other ones. Flippy with another 10 spot says 100x is FUD. Flippy the switch. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Frankie, thank you for the 5 spot. I currently have 2,750 XRP, plan on holding for 5+ years. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I think that, like I said, I'm holding on to a large portion of my bag forever is the plan, and just leveraging that XRP, taking out loans against that XRP, receiving passive income through various DeFi programs for that XRP, right? And that's about half my XRP bag. And hopefully, if I trade XRP properly this bull run, ideally, God willing, I'll actually be able to get my XRP bag back while still being able to take profits. That's the plan. And if we get institutional liquidity at scale, then that plan will fail. And I will not have as much XRP as I did before. So I understand what I'm doing. I understand the risk that I'm taking. And I could get my XRP taken from me by these market makers if, and basically if the institutions come in. I think that that's the only thing that sends us past 20 to 30 bucks and allows us to hold that as well. Now, the ETF inflows that we could see this year, I think, are enough that could push XRP up towards that 15, 20 bucks price range. And so I am still holding and hanging my hat on a $15, $20 XRP, potentially coming in this bull run later this year in 2025. I just think that we have an initial run up in the first half of this year that does take us towards 10 bucks, right? 5 to 10 bucks, $5 with ease. But I think that we actually could run up even closer towards 10 bucks too. That's where we're at right now on the technicals. If we continue to follow the 2017 fractal, if we continue to follow the 2017 fractal, we got another leg up, and XRP could easily go into double digits in the first part of this year. I think my prediction is all-time high this month. But yeah, I love that you have the outlook for 5+ years. I think that everybody should have a long-term bag of XRP. If you see, and if you're seeing the same fundamentals that I am, and how big this space is going to grow over the next 5 to 10 years, then yeah. A lot of people shouldn't be trading their XRP. That's what I should add. That's what's important, is that a lot of people should not be trading their XRP. Okay, XRP dropped down to 278. I'm looking at it right now, 279.5, moving back up to $2.80. So where's the new floor price going to be set here for XRP? This is going to be very interesting. I got to give a warning too here. One sec. Let's take a sip here. Cheers, everybody, to $2.80 XRP. How about that? But I got to issue this warning because as I said in the update earlier today, and as we now saw after Stuart Alderati said that the SEC is going to file that appeal brief, we could see another pullback, a temporary dip on the news that the SEC has filed this appeal. But we already back tested down to 234 earlier this week on Monday. And so what we're watching now is that even if XRP does get smacked and we get a little bit of a dip, we're not going back down probably below 250, right? I mean, if we get black swanned, anything's on the table. But if we just get the appeal brief filed tomorrow, yeah, we might get a little bit of a pullback. But I think that we're going to slingshot back and continue moving up higher, because what then happens is just more attention comes to XRP. This is where the SEC is kind of screwed, because no matter what they do, more attention's coming to XRP. Even if they file the appeal, everybody's going to look at it, read the appeal, get the summary, and the summary of the appeal is going to be that the SEC has a very weak case, that there's no chance that they win on appeal. And I don't know, we just captured 280 again, so we're back at 280, cheers to that. But like I said, there's no stopping this thing anymore. You can't stop it. You can't put this genie back in the bottle. XRP's running, and it cannot be contained. It's going viral for many different reasons. It's holding up better than almost every other asset. Gold, and you guys know how much I love my precious metals too. It's holding up better than gold, silver, performing better than everything. You're only getting better gains on meme coins than XRP. I got to catch up on these super chats. Appreciate you guys for stopping by here tonight. Do I believe that ISO March 10 will affect XRP price much? No. No. Watch for it to be a buy the rumor, sell the news. And by the way, ISO already could have been implemented. The member banks of Swift had the ability to opt into ISO 222 messaging compliance, the standards, back in 2022. August of 2022, I believe, is when the earliest ability to opt in for Swift member banks was. So I'm not looking for March as it relates to ISO going live. I'm looking towards the first few months of this administration, pro-crypto Congress. What legislation can we get passed? And just the overall strength of XRP right now, kind of just running this bull run. That's what I'm looking for to affect XRP price the most. The ISO narrative is really kind of just been confused. But it is important. It is absolutely important. Love your video. Is nice dip before 120, you think? If we get a dip, it's going to be tomorrow, in my opinion. The dip will be tomorrow. And we also could get a dip. We could get a crash, depending on what happens between now and Inauguration Day. No word on PolySign, still holding private equity. 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice, I appreciate that super chat. Oh, Carl Rice. Carl, I almost missed yours. Carl, thank you for the super chat. 10 spot. Appreciate you, brother. Your first super chat. Appreciate you for being here, Carl. PolySign's done. There's maybe a small chance that there's something there, some IP, but from my understanding, the intel that we got is that PolySign really didn't have much cooking. It was a really good idea, really promising idea. But I don't know if it was not good enough that nobody wanted to onboard. I don't know what it was, but at the end of the day, they really didn't get much adoption and they didn't really get much clients from what I hear. Although the tech looked promising, the patents that they had for it and everything, AtomicNet, and really the big tell was when Ripple acquired Standard Custody, they basically pieced up the entity and they took Standard Custody, which is the custody business that they now have in the New York trust license that they now hold with the New York Department of Financial Services. So Ripple's in the clear green light. This was a major acquisition and very important for Ripple, but they carved out PolySign, and basically PolySign, there's nothing really there as far as a real business. There's ideas, there's tech. They've laid off. I don't think that anybody's working on it right now, to be honest with you. So it's very unfortunate what happened. Many people in our community invested in PolySign. And that's the risk that we run investing in private equity. It's just, that's how it goes. But the big confirmation and unfortunate confirmation that we got was when Ripple acquired Medico and they adopted Medico's tech, and then they carved up PolySign and basically took out Standard Custody and left PolySign and AtomicNet and didn't adopt that tech. They adopted the Medico tech solution. So they got the Medico tech stack, and then they combined that with the Standard Custody New York trust license, along with getting RLUSD, the stablecoin, green light on that one. And so now Ripple's in the full clear in New York, in America. There's very few other institutions that have that clarity with a stablecoin that has that clarity too. It's the 1-2 punch. It's like Ripple has the trust license, which is different than a bank. A bank lends out against your deposits, right? Fractional reserve banking, why we're in a liquidity crisis right now, versus a trust company, which doesn't lend out against your assets. That's the difference between a bank and a trust company. So Ripple, with the competitive advantage there from a custody standpoint and clarity, regulatory clarity standpoint as well. Very unfortunate on PolySign though. I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything else. What's up with Evernote? Good question. Appreciate you, TikTok. Thank you for being here. And TikTok, if you guys could do me a big favor, could you tap that screen and share that stream for me? Appreciate you guys. We're up to 25,000 likes. If we could run that up to 50,000, I think that'd be a good goal for us tonight. Appreciate you for stopping by. We are live on TikTok, YouTube, and X. 5,500 plus. Yeah, we got another approaching 6,000 in the house tonight. Couldn't do it without your support, so I greatly appreciate everybody who has subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our updates. And if you like the video, greatly appreciate that. Now, back into it. Josh, thank you for the 10 spot. My bag is on Coinbase, but I have a First Ledger wallet for my meme fund. Why does that price not move? And is that the XRP ledger? Okay, let me read this again. My bag is on Coinbase, but I have First Ledger for my meme fund. Why does that price not move? And is that the XRP ledger? Yes. So you have you basically created a wallet to access First Ledger, and that is a wallet address on the XRP ledger. And so XRP is the native asset of the XRP ledger, and then all of the memes that you hold are the issued assets on the XRP ledger. So everything that you're doing is on the XRP ledger. The exchange will give you a real-time price on what XRP is trading for against the dollar, whereas First Ledger, everything on there is going to be paired against XRP. And where you see dollar values is on total value lock and on market cap, which is basically they're converting the asset paired against XRP and XRP paired against the dollar. I don't know if that's even answering that your question, but everything that you're doing is on the XRP ledger. Coinbase is a centralized exchange where you're trading XRP on their order book, and that's separate from the decentralized exchange that you're trading on using First Ledger to buy your memes. So for those of you guys that are new, hopefully that kind of breaks down what we're doing here. It's all on the XRP ledger, besides what he's doing on Coinbase would be on the centralized exchange order book. That's a centralized exchange versus the decentralized exchange. That's called the DEX, and that's what First Ledger is letting you tap into. First Ledger, and I hope that this, for new folks, this might be complicated, but hopefully this simplifies it. First Ledger is a Telegram app that allows you to access the XRP ledger. It's a user interface for the XRP ledger, which is exactly what XP Market is, Xmagnetic, Anados, etc. These are all user interfaces to access the same decentralized exchange that the XRP ledger is, that we're all tapping into. It's a beautiful thing. But John, appreciate that question. Appreciate your super chat. And if you can't get a real-time price feed, that's probably what you're looking at is the conversion there. Only happens on the market cap and TVL for First Ledger memes. Have you seen Warren Buffett and New Bank's investment into XRP? Yes, Warren Buffett been investing. I think that I've seen that one. That sounds familiar. And the Bank of America investment that Buffett was in. We know that Bank of America has been partnered up with Ripple since 2016. And although Buffett did unload some of the Bank of America stock that he had, he still is very heavy on B of A last time I saw. Frankie, thank you for the 10 spot. Yeah, I've just made so many mistakes in the past with Bitcoin and could have been sitting on a bag. I truly believe XRP is the coin to take us to the promised land, boys and girls. And that's the point, Frankie, is that Bitcoin's going to do all right. It's going to do just fine. It's doing better than the stock market. It's nothing, I won't say it's nothing to complain about, because my only complaint is that you could get bigger gains in other assets. Now, if you're worried about risk, the problem being is that Bitcoin, even from a risk, standpoint, still has the same opportunity to get cut in half, just like all the other cryptos. It's just that Bitcoin doesn't have 500, Bitcoin is not going to 5x again from here, this bull run. Will it 5x over the next 5 years? Okay, sure. Yeah, I think that that's possible. It's once again not possible for this bull run, and for XRP it is possible. And not only is it possible, it's likely that XRP could still 5x from this level right here. Right? So, going from $3 XRP to $15 XRP is much more easily done this bull run versus for Bitcoin, a 5x is not even really a possibility at this point. And so that's the only thing with Bitcoin. I don't care to spend any time harping on the tech. The tech doesn't matter. The fact that Bitcoin is not used for payments, I mean, obviously it would benefit Bitcoin if it was, but people are holding Bitcoin. People are going to continue to hold Bitcoin. It's just going to be a struggle to squeeze big gains out of it at this point versus these other altcoins, which I don't consider XRP to be an altcoin, but these other coins where a 5x is not only possible for this bull run, it's likely. Some of these setups, I'm looking at a 5x easy on some of these bags that we hold. I mean, even a 5x for XRP could easily be done. Please take some polls. I'm interested in hearing about others' portfolios, exit strategies, etc. You've got 2,300 people here. Get some data. Appreciate that. People want to farm the chat for data. Me too. I like it. A little science experiment. Should we run a little poll? Let me do a little poll. Are you selling $5 XRP? That's the poll. Let's see. I just tried it. I don't even know. Game Cat. I don't know what your name is, but I appreciate the 5 spot. Appreciate the support. Are you selling $5 XRP? I'm curious to see how many holders we got. And this is why XRP goes so high, is because there's going to be a lot of people that say no. There's going to be a lot of people that answer that poll no. Look, I already got people on TikTok saying no, not a chance. I'm selling $5 XRP. Now, appreciate this chat here. 2 spot from Salo. Appreciate that. Sun Tzu Shaman, thank you for the 15. Much love, Zach. Thanks for all your work. Is there any chance that Ripple could announce the entire escrow is pre-allocated once the lawsuit is concluded? And what would be the most almighty supply shock ever seen? Absolutely would. It's a theory that we have. What now I'm looking at is that Brad Garlinghouse just gave us a little bit more insight, saying that Ripple's XRP bag was worth over $100 billion. Now, is Brad running with a $2 XRP in that equation? Is he running with an XRP that's at $250? Did he make that? That was it from an interview that was a little while ago. It was from like a month ago. So, I mean, XRP could have been back at $280. I don't know the context as far as what the price of XRP was at when he made that comment, but Brad did say that Ripple's bag of XRP was worth $100 billion. So if that was when XRP was at $2, that means that Ripple has 50 billion XRP still. If it was when XRP was at 250 or 280, it means that they have a little bit less. But the point being, from Brad making that comment, it signals to me that they still do have a large portion of XRP that is not allocated for. Which makes me believe that maybe with that R3 deal going kind of upside down, where R3 tried to get 5 billion XRP from Ripple, and they ended up selling for 1 billion XRP after Ripple sued R3, and they ended up settling on 1 billion XRP. My thinking is that Ripple might have pulled back from doing long-term options contracts, and really especially because that's what the judge did rule was an investment contract. And in my opinion, it does meet the definition of an investment contract when you offer somebody an option to buy XRP over 3 years at less than a penny. Well, that's one heck of a deal. But you do have an investment contract with an investment of money, with an expectation of profits based off the efforts of others. I mean, you have that, especially because in the R3 Ripple deal, there was an expectation from Ripple towards R3. The R3 was going to introduce Ripple to all their bank members. that were part of the R3 consortium. So because R3 fell through on that deal, Ripple sued them, and because XRP went from, pennies to a couple bucks, and at the time R3 could execute on that contract to buy at less than a penny, right? So somewhere between what happened with the price of XRP and Ripple being upset that R3 didn't get more banks to use XRP, they ended up settling on 1 billion. And now with Brad's most recent comments within the past month that their bag of XRP is worth 100 billion, that tells me that they still have a large bag of XRP that's not accounted for or allocated for, or if it is allocated, it is not at a much cheaper price, meaning that Ripple didn't do a deal for somebody to buy XRP at 50 cents, while XRP is now trading at $2.80. They learned their lesson, and so maybe they figured out a way to structure those deals going forward. And obviously now that we have the ruling from the judge, for Ripple to continue selling XRP, it basically has to be without an investment contract, which is what an options contract is. So since 2019, what we've watched and observed is that Ripple's been basically only selling XRP to their institutional partners in accordance with on-demand liquidity. So basically they're selling XRP not for a profit. And in some of these instances, their clients don't even touch the XRP. Ripple's doing all of the buying and selling and providing that liquidity on both sides of the trade. So the client doesn't even touch the XRP anymore in some of these corridors where on-demand liquidity is being used. So Ripple, between the escrow and between how they're facilitating their on-demand liquidity right now, they're avoiding the issue completely on whether or not them selling XRP and being able to utilize XRP as an investment contract. That's why they were able to confidently keep selling XRP all throughout the lawsuit. And the SEC was pissed off about that, right? They were pissed off that Ripple was throwing the proper party, engaging with us and the XRP family on Twitter and having a good time with us and celebrating the fact that the SEC was losing, right? And they were mad that Ripple kept on selling billions of dollars worth of XRP, but they were doing it in accordance with on-demand liquidity. And the SEC knew that they had nothing, and the judge ruled that, yeah, the sales to institutions were an investment contract, but those were the sales that were done from 2013 basically up until 2020 when the lawsuit was filed. And we know that the last market report that we got from Ripple where they were selling to exchanges was in Q3 of 2019. Q3 market report from 2019 told us that was the last time. And they never sold XRP to exchanges programmatically ever again. The only way that XRP is trickling down to these exchanges is other market makers are selling XRP to these exchanges. And basically you look at platforms like Uphold, they were added to the on-demand liquidity network, and they end up with a big bag of XRP, right? Because of that. They have a lot of XRP clients that hold XRP, and now they are tapped in with Ripple's on-demand liquidity. And this is why Uphold is offering 5% on your RLUSD. They're offering additional incentives to get that get that liquidity on their platform and to get it into RLUSD. So that's where you're going to be able to get 5% on your RLUSD through Uphold. That's live right now, by the way. I forgot about that. I need to get more RLUSD. I've only bought $50 worth of RLUSD. I need to get 1,000. I think that's the minimum for you to be able to get the 5% on RLUSD. Now let me catch up here on our super chats. You guys are making it rain tonight, and I greatly appreciate your support. Cheers, everybody. XRP is still holding 280. This thing's looking so strong. And you got overseas markets right now that are waking up and going live. That's why I like going live here late sometimes, because we get that international audience. You guys have seen the Aussies always show up in the late night. Us Americans, we get the night owls. But then we also got Asia waking up. We get New Zealand that comes in. We get South Africa in the house. And I absolutely love to see it. Thank you for giving us the history of it. There's so many new people coming in that we have to. There's so many new people coming in that we have to. Now, R3 says might sell some at 10,000 XRP. At a $10,000 XRP, we might take a little profit. And that's why XRP is going to go so high, is because there are so many people that are just going to hold on to that bag. They are not going to sell it. Guatemalan dude, thank you for the 5 spot. I've been holding XRP at the 50-cent price range for a long time. That this recent pump doesn't really faze me. My targets for XRP are above $10 easy. And I feel you there, brother. Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely. Really, I'm taking some profit before we get to $10 in the single digits. And I'm just kind of testing these exchanges in their order books, and seeing how well we handle this pump, and like I said, we'll see. Everybody's got a different plan, right? You got folks that are going to hold on to their entire XRP bag forever. They're never going to sell one XRP. You got folks that are going to dump their entire bag at $20. To each their own. EC, 10 spot. Hey, Zach, Enrico here. Keep up the good vibe. EC, appreciate the 10 spot. Appreciate your love. God bless you. Can you discuss XRP in the upcoming QFS economic system? The systems and ledgers get validated on quantum technology in the future. I believe that XRP will be made to be quantum resistant. I believe that it will be integrated. And we're basically already moving as fast as you need to. But the quantum security really, I think, is what comes in and what gets, what basically brings everybody online. And this is what's been great to see with what Elon's done. Whatever your opinion is of Elon, I mean, it's just awesome to see in these areas that don't have internet or getting hit by natural disasters. He's sending in, the satellites are bringing in the Wi-Fi and the internet. In California, I saw that he sent basically a group of Cybertrucks up into the areas that were impacted. And I don't know if they were running, I think they were running satellites connecting with little dishes. And I don't know if they were providing Wi-Fi or what, I basically assuming that they were providing some sort of internet along with other resources as well. And that's kind of giving you a glimpse into the future, right? Where we see these nodes being secured on quantum computers that are going to be in underground bases and will also be tapped in. I think you guys even see nodes on satellites. We've talked about that in the past too. Now, continuing on, Carl Rice with a big 50 spot. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. You guys are showing up tonight big time. 5 spot there from Sooner Mao. XDC price prediction. That's interesting. I haven't done, what is my number on XDC? I'm not even going to be able to pull it right now, to be honest. I'm curious to see what the all-time high for XDC is, though. What is the all-time high for XDC? Oh, that's right. It's 20 cents. It's 19 cents. That's right. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. And what's our market cap at right now? Fully diluted values, 4 billion. Market cap right now is 1.7. Circulating supply. I need to figure out what's going on with the supply of XDC. I'm going to bring you guys some deep dives on some of these other coins. I'm going to prepare a Sologenic Corium one for this week. I also need to do another one on XDC. It's been a while since I've taken a look at XDC. I already did an XDC deep dive a couple years ago. My XLM deep dive is actually, I think, the most viewed XLM deep dive on YouTube. That was a really good one. I did that one about 3 years ago now. Still applies. A lot of still relevant information. If you just look up XLM deep dive or XDC deep dive, it is there. But yeah, for XDC, the all-time high was 20 cents. So I'll take a look at that one and I'll let you know. Appreciate that super chat. Only 4 p.m. here in Australia. These guys are making dinner over there, putting a little shrimp on the Barbie over there in Australia. Received your Trump XRP teas yesterday, 1970 legend. There you go. There you go. And by the way, guys, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Now, like I said, my guy's working on it, and I'm going to have this on the TikTok shop tomorrow. This is the most recent Bearable Guy update. This one will be live by tomorrow. And then the other one is the Brad tattoo. But I wanted to let everybody know that basically between Christmas, that extended shipping, and then the weather events with the cold weather hitting the Midwest, and then with the situation down there in California, we've had some orders down there in that region, and they seem to be going through so far so good. But my apologies if anything has been delayed. There has been some orders that have been delayed because we've had to restock inventory. And so when you're trying to fill back inventory and then get it shipped back out, that turnaround time. And so we're once again, if you have any inquiries, merch@zachrector.com is the email for our customer service for the merch. Hit us up, but we did have some delays between Christmas and the weather, so just have a little bit of patience. And I also just talked to my guy today, and shipping up to Canada is still very expensive. Even with the Canadian Postal Service back in business, to go even to go across the border, you guys know I'm close to the border, right? Even if I cross the border and go ship up there from White Rock to Vancouver, it's about $12 US. It's about $16 Canadian. So it's going to be expensive. I'm trying to find any other alternatives for Canada, but I'm trying to go live with Canada here as soon as possible. And then we want to go overseas completely, be able to send it everywhere. It's just a matter of shipping. But reach out to us if you want to buy a big bulk order and you're willing to cover the shipping costs, which can be anywhere from, like I said, basically a basic order up into Canada. They're telling me is going to be, upwards of $12 US, just up here right across in BC. And then we got quoted on even higher numbers over to other parts of Canada. So, and then I've heard about you crazy Australians. I was talking to somebody else and they said that shipping to Australia can get interesting because it's relatively expensive. It's like, $50 or something like that. But then if you guys are further out in no man's land, out there in Australia, out there in the Badlands, they tack on another $50 for shipping too. So it can be like $100 plus to ship something out there to you guys hanging out with the kangaroos. So we're trying to work on it. If anybody has any connections or resources, I've been talking, trying to figure out a way, do we know anybody here in BC that could handle some business for us? But we're trying to work on it, and we'll let you guys know as soon as we're live. But for right now, only available to the United States. And I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys have really been loving the new designs there with the XRP Castle. Obviously, the Trump XRP has been the bestseller so far. This one will be live here in the next 24 hours, along with the Brad tattoo, which I'm really glad how that one turned out. And then we're also going to be doing the other Bearable Guy updates as well. I'm going to be doing the greenhouse. We're going to be doing the Perseverance ship. And then we got dozens of other ideas in the pipeline right now as well, too. So we're just getting started. It's going to be a lot of fun. And for me, I'll be honest with you guys, it's nice to have another source of revenue, and I really do appreciate your support. You guys know that I don't have any sponsors, so I'm basically just cooking up my own business right here, and I couldn't do it without your support. But really, for me, it's about getting the word out, right? Like, I'm not going to create generational wealth off of my merch business, right? But what we are going to do is we are going to get the word out on XRP, and we're going to spread that education. We're going to grow the XRP family, and to me, that's what it's about. Obviously, with the America First agenda as well. Yeah. Now, let me catch up. Let me catch up here. Wow. Okay, so I'm running this poll right now. Are you selling $5 XRP? The overwhelming results are 81% no. If you guys haven't responded to the poll on our YouTube yet, hit that button. Let us know. Are you selling at $5? We're conducting a scientific poll right now. The market makers are watching us. And I'm telling you guys, you got a lot of bags that are going to be held. A lot of bags that are going to be buried in the backyard. And shoot, I mean, protecting your bag from the wildfires. I mean, we've already seen some reports of seed phrases being lost. It doesn't matter if you lose the device as long as you got the seed phrase. But folks, you write that seed phrase down on a piece of paper. You don't have that in a fireproof safe. Your crypto's gone, right? Doesn't even matter necessarily, even if you had the device. If you can't get access to it, you got to have those keys. So, yeah, you might be better off burying it in the backyard. Getting one of those arc plates from our good friend Tyler. Let me get caught up here on Super Chats. You guys are just making it rain here tonight. But 1970, I'm glad that you got the XRP Trump tees. Yeah, man, I'm loving them. I'm loving how all the designs coming in. Pecs and shoulders looking very good. Very sexy. Okay, pause. Hold up. I didn't include that. Maybe I should add that to the details of the shirt. That it makes you, look a little, fill you out a little bit better. Pause. Hold up. What are you guys talking about? What is it, 9:30? Goodness gracious. Late night session. Folks are getting crazy in the chat. Hold up. Keep it clean out here in the streets. The YouTube chat, the Twitter chat, the TikTok chat. I have no concerns, by the way, about TikTok going away. There's talks right now. Elon might take over. I have no concerns. Like, it's been kind of funny, though. I mean, I get it. If it does go, I guess, a lot of, I mean, obviously, I have a big platform over there on TikTok, too. I mean, it is going to suck if it does happen. But it's like seeing these videos of people crying about TikTok and all that. I'm like, I'm just not worried about it. Like, there's too much money to be made. There's too much money on the line. And it's just a matter of, if a U.S. investor has to take control of the U.S. branch or something like that, or another offshoot gets created, I just have no worry about it. But we'll see. Do you guys think that TikTok is going to stick around? Are you on a multi-stream platform? Yes. On my phone, I run TikTok. On my platform here, we run X and YouTube. Yep. Speaking of pecs and shoulders looking good, plan on starting to work out again here. We need to get the pump going again. Got to do it. Got to make it happen. Ran the dad bod up to about 220. I'm 6'3" and a half. I like to throw in the half there. About 6'3" and a half, and ran the dad bod up to about 220 at peak, and pretty much brought her back down to about 211, 212. But for me, the biggest struggle was always being able to bulk up to 200. Years ago, back in the day, the last time I worked out seriously, basically back in 2017, I struggled to be able to break above 180. I got up to about 184. I was about 21, 22 at the time, and I got up to about 184. Eating as much as possible, protein shakes, everything, whole 9 yards. Got up to about 180. Well, now, as a 30-year-old man, no problem holding 200. That is not even a struggle. And so I'm excited to start working out again because I never was able to get mass. Now I got a little mass with ease. So now we just got to tone it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Tone it up a little bit. Damn, buddy, just acknowledge me. Love your shirt. Hey, Crypto Garage. Appreciate it. Love you too. Love you too. Yep. Yep. So we got to keep the dad bod in check. That's good. Yeah. Really for 2025, my number one focus is time management. Staying organized, and then a focus and emphasis on health has to be done. I focused so much on business and just making money for the past 4 years. And you know, that's been really good, and I'm going to continue to spend a lot of focus and energy on making a lot more money, but gotta give a little bit more attention to health. You know what I'm saying? I gotta block this. We got a fake Coach JV scammer in the chat. So goodbye, see you later. Try again. Not gonna happen tonight. You are gone. These dang scammers, man. Terrible. Terrible. Shout out to Coach JV, though. Got to see Coach again at the XRP Unleashed premiere in Los Angeles. Shout out to Coach. Speaking of pecs and shoulders. All right. R3 says, end of 2025, bold predictions. ETH, $5. And Bitcoin, $100. Yeah. R3 might be stretching it a little bit far, but yeah, something like that. Could try to link you up if you want. Well, that's exactly. I got to find somebody in Australia that we can set up and get the distribution out there. You know. 1970 says, see, this is the XRP community. 1970 says, I'll pay for shipping costs for XRP Army members from Australia. Say when, and I'll send you another super chat. This is why I love you guys so much, man. You guys are incredible. And imagine, this is with XRP at 280. Think of how gracious and giving our community is going to be when XRP is at 200. Yeah, I went there. I skipped over the $20 talk. I was thinking about that today. About how the guys that were talking about Bitcoin when it was at a few bucks, and about, oh man, this thing is looking good. It might go to a few bucks. It might go to $10. Holy cow, it just hit $10. Could it hit 100? And how silly that seems looking back while we're at $100,000 for Bitcoin. Are we going to look back at these conversations that we're having right now? Am I going to look back at me talking about taking some profit on XRP at single digits? And I'm going to look back and say, man, somebody should have smacked me. We could. Probably will. We probably will. Probably am going to be looking back and saying, man, you thought you were going to be slick. And the big thing is I'm worried about the exchanges being able to handle the order books and the flows. You know, it's like I got my plan. I'm going to stick to it. But if these exchanges struggle to give us that liquidity, we'll see what happens. I might not be able to sell any of my XRP. Pump might happen too fast. Yes, I can't wait for 500. Yeah, I was just thinking about that today, though. It's like, all this talk lately, and I'm talking, you know, I'm reflecting kind of on my own content. I'm always reading you guys' comments, getting your feedback. I'm very critical of myself, and you know, every comment that I read all of them, and I take it in. And obviously, I got to take in a lot of crap, and that's okay. But I'm always willing to take in criticism, and I'm always looking to, you know, evaluate how we can improve. But then I was just thinking and taking a step back and just thinking, man, even with everything that I cover and all this talk recently, I feel like I've been so focused lately on what XRP is going to be doing this bull run. But for new people, you know, because I focus as somebody who's been in XRP since 2018 and talking to an audience that primarily has already been in XRP under $1. But now we have a lot of new people coming in that need to understand that this story does not end at 10, 15, and 20 bucks this bull run, this story continues on to double digits and triple digits and beyond over the next 5 to 10 years. And I think it's important to bring that up here again. And, maybe I need to do an update, because obviously when you're doing big price predictions, and really, I'm not even talking about price predictions, just when you're doing these videos talking about hypotheticals for a 10,000 XRP, right? I've done these videos in the past. And you're talking about hypothetical scenarios and the potential for them playing out. When XRP is trading sideways at 50 cents for a few years, people get triggered. People are pissed. People are calling you a clown. And that's, we still did it. That didn't stop me. We kept on doing that. But now that XRP is moving, and now that people are joining the party late, I think that it is time to maybe revisit and go through some of these hypotheticals. And because lately I feel like my content, we've been focused on the short term. And that's because we're moving. Like, it's not that this is wrong, like I'm doing anything wrong by focusing on the short term. We're moving. And the reason why it's the right thing to do is because myself, along with many in our community, our net worths change so dramatically every time XRP moves by 10 or 20%, or 10 or 20 cents, I should say. We have so much invested in XRP that we can make 10, 20, 50, 100,000. I've already got feedback. People are making millions of dollars already off of XRP. So we have to focus on the right here, right now. But for the new people, it's like we got to cover the basics. But then we also have to cover how XRP could potentially go to these much higher prices. Now, obviously, the XRP 10,000 talks, gets the clicks, gets the views. So you bring them in with the XRP 10,000. But then we bring it back down to realistic scenarios and realistic expectations. But as I've always said, I've never ruled out these high prices for XRP, because I understand that the value proposition and the problem being solved by XRP, the addressable market, could take us to much, much, much higher prices. But at the same time, we could see the dollar get reset before XRP even reaches $100. That's the other scenario that I see playing out. XRP pumps to $100, and then the dollar gets reset, restructured, revalued. Now, I appreciate that. R3, we do need to see RLAUD. We do need to see that. We do need to see RLAUD. DJ Remix. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that. DJ, run it back. I wish I could play some music, but we'd get hit with we'd get in trouble. DJ Remix. What's up with the Brad G t-shirt? It's going to be live in the next 24 hours. Going to be live. It's going to be available in the gray and the white, and the blue hits good. I was really happy with how it turned out. The blue hits good. I might just have to start singing for you guys since we can't play the music. Might have to start singing again. Now I had to double check. I had to take a second look. But I see that 1970 legend. Talk about being a legend. Our guy just threw down $400 in this most recent super chat. 1970 legend. Give free shipping to 4 of our Australian friends and keep the rest. I do what I say. 1970 legend. Your word is our truth. You got it. 4 Australians. 4 Aussies in the house. $400. That should get us something. That should get us something. I don't know how they get the mail delivered out there. Kangaroo delivery. I had to get that joke in. Such a bad dad joke. Australians are probably so like they probably just cringe so hard at people like trying to make fun of the Aussies. Aussies. We got $400 towards shipping towards the Aussies. Let's go. Incredible. 1970 legend. God bless you, my friend. God bless you. You know, I'm so excited to hear the stories of what our community is going to end up doing. We're going to be building churches. We're going to be bringing water. We're going to be bringing food. We're going to be buying farms. We're going to be saving our precious land. We're going to be investing in real estate, providing great housing opportunities. We're going to be starting businesses. We're going to be hiring people. We're going to be expanding our family. Go have some children. Go have some XRP babies. Expand the XRP family. Get it going on. Let's make it happen. We're taking a break over here, okay? We'll expand the XRP family in a little bit, but for now, we're taking a break. Cheers, amen, God bless it. Legendary. 1970, God bless you, my friend. Fire Dog, God bless you. God bless the Mickle Mafia. Big 10 spot Mickle Mafia donation. Our new official sponsor of the channel, Mickle Mafia, in the house. Mickle. Shout out to Mickle. Hope he's doing well. Hope he's sleeping well. Right? XRP $2.83. XRP Watch Party. Check it. XRP Watch Party. Hold up. We might not kill the stream. And we got good news. Alex Cobb, somebody asked him if he was going to start streaming again. He said no. Cobb is not streaming. And I got to give a shout out to Cobb because I don't even know if he's been putting out YouTube content at all. So I don't know. I don't know how Cobb's making his money because he's not streaming. I haven't seen him dropping videos. Maybe he's dropping videos. Maybe the guy just had such a big bag of XRP that he's just, we got to see XRP grow and he's making his money that way. But Cobb hasn't been streaming. So shout out to Cobb. He's killed many of our pumps. But we're off to the races, guys. $2.83 and a half. This sucker's moving. Now I'm on the daily chart. This is the daily chart zoomed out. Let's get a little bit better perspective. Let's zoom in. Normally, I don't do this. Normally, I wouldn't. But during these times, when XRP is moving like this, I will zoom in just to take a little glance. This is an incredible chart today. This is just beautiful. There you go. Let's measure it. I mean, you could have bought this sucker. You could have bought XRP at $2.55 earlier today. You got a swing up here of 13%. I mean, come on. XRP is in control of this bull run right now. Okay, we got to zoom in right here and get this perspective. This is what I wanted to show you guys. All the way up here to 287. This is on Qcoin, by the way. 287 on Qcoin. What are you seeing on your exchanges? I got Coinbase right here. What did it get to on Coinbase? 287 again. Okay. What did it get to on Bitstamp? 287 on Bitstamp. Okay, so 287 pretty much across the board for XRP. We're back up to 283 and a half. This is an absolutely beautiful chart. Flippy says, I'm crying laughing. I'm so bullish on XRP. That's it. That's it. I feel you. Let me catch up on our super chats. You guys are going crazy tonight. Dennis, 2-spot. XRP RLUSD will save the dollar prominence. And that's a good point, Dennis, how important the RLUSD is going to be in the stablecoin role as far as saving the US dollar. We have to reset, restructure, revalue. We have to build trust. This is where RLUSD comes in. Tom, does anybody remember laughter? Tom, I think we're going to be laughing all the way to the bank here. XRP's moving. I think we're going to be laughing. I think we're going to be loving. We're going to be living that life, that XRP life. I think so. The Aussie jump. Oh, there you go. You got the kangaroo emoji. R3, thank you. Got to meet Stu and fam in Pattaya, Thailand. There you go, Dennis. Stu. Is that Stu from Australia? You got to meet Stu from Australia? You guys are incredible. XRP Watch, check it out. $2.83, rapid fire Q&A. Keep it coming. Hey, Zach, how's it going? Going fantastic. We're doing really well. What's your exit strategy? So my XRP exit strategy is linked up in the description of this video. You can get my XRP exit strategy, or if you join our Discord community, you get access to the XRP exit strategy along with our business development and other additional exclusive content as well. And we also do have available one-on-ones. I will not give you financial advice, but if you do want to sit down one-on-one with me and kind of go through some things, we can. I will share opinions, and I will share my plan, my strategy, and how I see some of these things. That's all available, and I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to get access to that. Basically, you can sign up for the one-on-ones, pick a time slot. Basically, I've opened up my calendar 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon my time. So come on in. And, basically, if you want to join our private community and get access to me at any time, you just join our Discord group, and that's your best bang for buck. But if you do want to sit down one-on-one and go further, we can. Now, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Can you talk about tokenization, ISO 222, and Basel III for the new people? Yeah, so basically, ISO 222 is a messaging standard for banks and other financial institutions. Everybody's going to have to roll into that and go live with that in March of 2025. Through the end of 2025 is going to be the expectation there. Scott Clymer, thank you for the 20 spot. Scott, appreciate you, my friend. That was a big one. I forgot what the other part of that question was. Checking here. Carl says, Zach, continue being yourself. That's right. We're never going to change. I'm going to look Stu up next year when I take vacation to Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Zach, where in the world is Bearable Bull? He got his end of year prediction incorrect. Hoping he's not feeling embarrassed about it. What was Bearable Bull's prediction? It's been a while. I was on Bearable Bull's show a couple years ago. And I think it was actually for his private group. Yeah, I was on Bearable Bull's show for his private group. That was a couple years ago now. Tokenization of real-world assets. Yeah. Somebody asked to explain that along with ISO. Yeah. Thank you. Lyric Zach Hudson. Good question. For the new folks, yeah. So ISO and Basel, that's in regards to compliance. Basel 3 is making sure that you have the collateral that you need to have, basically the reserves backing. And they've made gold now is a tier 1 asset. The only other tier 1 asset there is the US dollar. So they've changed kind of the back end collateral, what you have to hold on the back end. ISO is a messaging standard as far as how you stay in compliance. And the premise behind ISO is to make data-rich messaging. So basically you can send the message and it contains a lot of data with it. It's not just, bank A sending, client here sending money to client over here. It's, got a little bit more data attached to it. And so that's what ISO is about. And then as far as tokenization, every real world asset ends up getting tokenized and brought on chain, in my opinion. So this would be stocks, bonds, commodity markets, derivative markets. You're seeing stable coins, you're seeing central bank digital currencies. All of it is what we call real world assets being brought on chain. That's what that's about. So yeah, for the new folks, it is important to understand that. And look at these projects that have basically came into compliance on ISO, Basel, and who's going to be able to basically withstand this liquidity crisis, and who's set to take advantage of the massive amount of tokenization that's to come when institutions can finally not just dip their toes into DLT and crypto technology, but actually dive in. And that's what's coming. The institutions are about to dive in to crypto. They've been dipping their toes in the water so far. They've been scared to get in so far. They're like me. I was always kind of a big baby. I freeze my butt off in the cold water, so I was kind of always a big baby. That's these institutions. They were scared to jump into crypto, just like I was scared to jump into the cold water. We would go do that down at the docks where I live here. That's what we would do back in the day. As little whippersnappers out and about. Run on down to the docks, jump off of them, out into the ocean. And we'd have to watch the tides, because when that tide was out, that water was pretty shallow. You get hurt pretty bad. So yeah, got to make sure that tide was in. And I was always a big baby when it came to that. But these institutions, they're ready to dive on in. They're ready to jump right on in. And this is what Ripple's role is. Ripple is standing on the ledge saying, come on, man, you got this. Come on, man. Or maybe not so nice. Maybe Ripple saying, come on, you know what? Get in there. Give him a little push. A little push over the edge. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that. Raise, thank you for the euro. A little bit of euro coming in. Appreciate that, Dala. Appreciate that. G3, or R3, I should say. Thank you. Gonna order a few hoodies and jumpers. Thanks, Zach. Address might be whack. Well, give me a chance here, because yes, XRP Legend did drop it, and we're gonna figure out how we can get some stuff over to Australia. But yeah, there are a few hoops to jump through on that. But yeah, we are working on that right away. Ethan, thank you for the 5 spot. Do you think that the SEC files its appeal? Yes. Yeah, it's looking like they are. Stuart Alderati, the chief legal officer of Ripple, said that they didn't want to extend. Ripple was trying to extend and allow for the appeal briefs to be filed after the new administration came in and put it out a few weeks. The SEC denied that request, and so we're running with the assumption that they denied that request because they are going to file it tomorrow. So it looks like Gary Gensler wants to pull a Jay Clayton, right? And he's going to sue Elon Musk. That was announced here today. And then next, we're going to watch him tomorrow and see if he files this appeal in the Ripple case. So just like Jay Clayton, who filed the case against Ripple initially, was filed under Jay Clayton on his last day as SEC chairman. I don't know what it is with these guys in the SEC. It's like their last week in office, they just Mass attack. Mass attack. Which brings us even closer to Elon, which I believe that Elon's already tapped in with Ripple and XRP and is already well aware. He's part of the PayPal mafia, obviously. So I think that those connections go way back. I think that he's well aware. I would not be surprised at all if Elon did hold XRP. But now, I mean, what perfect timing, right? Elon gets sued. This gets announced the day before the SEC is going to go ahead and file this Ripple appeal as well. So I'm really hoping that, we can finally lift the veil and Elon can announce that, yes, I do own some XRP. I do have sympathy for Ripple getting sued by the SEC. And yes, we are planning on running some XRP Ledger validators on our space satellites in low Earth orbit. Yes, we are going to validate the XRP Ledger. RT, I appreciate that big fitty spot. That's a big one. RT, thank you. Just ordered me another shirt. Can't wait for the new print. I'm also enjoying my Cobb Gensler arrest booking shirt. Cheers. Appreciate you, my friend. What? Oh, Cobb has a, I have to go check that out. Cobb has a little Gensler, little arrest booking shirt. Okay. I'll have to go check that out. Yeah, we got some other good stuff in the works here. Trying to keep it mostly appropriate. Mostly appropriate. Pumping again, brother. We've been on this train since 2015, 2016. Zach, you rock. This is what the army is about, bringing along the little people. Yeah, we got Morocco in the house. Love to see it. ZA is here. What's ZA? I've never heard of ZA. ZA. We got Philippines in the house. Okay. Philippines, big corridor over there for XRP on-demand liquidity. Big corridor over there. Just circling back right here real quick, making sure that I didn't miss any other super chats. Yep. Okay. Good. Josh came in with another one. Reyes came in with another one too. Josh, appreciate you, my friend. Shout out to my wife, Kristen, in the Mayo Clinic in Scottsdale, fighting hard so we can all party together in Vegas soon. Prayers up, XRP fam. Hey, Josh. May God bless your wife, Kristen, in the Mayo Clinic in Scottsdale. Don't know what she's up against, but yes, we will be praying for her tonight. The power of the XRP community. Something special, I'm telling you guys. I mentioned the other day that I had a couple sick kiddos. Just real briefly, just mentioned, dealing with some sick kids. Sorry, I was late to the live show. That was like our live show on Sunday night. And people are in the comments praying for your son, praying for your kids. Every single time I ever mention anything like that, communities in the comments, we're praying for you. That's what our community does. Shout out to Kristen. Shout out to Scott. I wish I was in Scottsdale right now. We're going down to Arizona here in a couple months, but beautiful time to be down there. And we will be praying for your wife, Josh. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you. And we'll see you and your wife in XRP Las Vegas. Can't wait to see you and your wife in XRP Las Vegas. It's going to be a damn good time in XRP Las Vegas this year. Oh boy. Oh boy. You guys better behave yourselves. Reyes, sell 25% of my XRP to maybe buy if when it drops again. That's the thing. And I meant to put out that warning earlier. I kind of started to talk about it and then I got off track. We're back up to $2.84 right now though, guys. I mean, XRP is moving right now. XRP is right up here. We might go break up to $3 tonight. I don't know if I can kill this stream. I don't want to stop the stream and kill the XRP pump. So we might just have to run it all night long. But the warning that I wanted to give you guys, and I did actually mention it a little bit, is that, if we do get that appeal that does get filed, we could see a temporary pullback where they could, get a little bit of a sell-off. People panic. Oh my gosh, the lawsuit's still going on. Sell. But the floor that we have now, we back-tested 230, back-tested 253 earlier today. I don't really see us going much below 250. If you're a short-term trader trading these swings of, 10, 20, 30 cents, with some margin, you can make some money, but I've never had much success trading XRP futures myself. It's just so volatile and it swings so quickly. Do not stop because XRP is pumping for the right reasons. Yeah. Go all night, Zach? Okay. We might be going all night. Uh-oh. Peaky showed up. Oh, Peaky saying good night. Good night. Much love to all. Peaky with the red folder emoji. Uh-oh. Is it time to pull out the red folder? We might have to pull out the red folder tonight, huh? Okay, we can do that. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, definitely not ready to sell 25% of my XRP at these levels, though. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. What's the news? Well, it could just be the speculation of this SEC versus Ripple appeal briefs being due. I think that you're also seeing the speculation from Trump coming in. All of crypto's coming back up. But here's what happened. Over the last week, crypto went down to 91,000. Bitcoin went down to 91,000 last week. XRP went down, but not by much. It just held really strong. And now that the rest of the market's moving back up, with Bitcoin back above 97,000 as I record this update, XRP is launching as well. I mean, XRP's up more than most. I'm looking at XLM's also up to about 46 cents right now. XLM up to about 46 cents. But XRP up here to 284 right now. We're on the 15-minute chart zoomed in. $15-minute chart zoomed in right there for you guys. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is the XRP pump. Watch. $3 coming soon. All right. We are back. We are back. Block another scammer here on TikTok, man. These guys are relentless. These guys just do not stop. Okay. All right. So right now, 284 for XRP. This thing's just holding so well. We watched during this live show here tonight so far. We've been live for 2 hours. And so when I started this show, XRP was actually down. Where were we down? We were back below 280. Yeah, we were well below, back below 280. And really we back tested to 278. So if I zoom back in on this chart, what you see is that XRP went up to $2.87 here today, back tested to 278, and now we're on the way back up. But as I was saying, the rest of the market came back down. The stock market's been rolling over. Bitcoin was down all the way down to, it went even below 90,000, right? Meanwhile, XRP was just holding really well. And then it started to take off. Now that the rest of the market's turning around, XRP is continuing this move. And so this is, we talked about it earlier in the episode, primarily being driven by spot inflows on XRP. This is very simple. It's not a bunch of leverage, which is good. It's a lot of spot buying. It's a lot of like folks that are getting in and they're going to be holding this thing for a while, right? If they're getting in at $2, $3, they're at least going to be holding till $5 or $6 for most of them, right? Most people are at least going to try to double up, even if they're a short-term trader, versus if you're being pumped by leverage, if you're being pumped by manipulation, backed by Tether, right, which is really where most of the space gets backed by, it doesn't have a foundation, doesn't hold, it doesn't last. That's the difference between the setup that we're seeing right now on XRP and what I've seen on the rest of all these other projects that get these pumps, but then they all just fall back down and dump off very hard, which I still think the XRP will have a correction no matter how high up we run this bull run, 10, 20, $30. That'd be really fun. But I do think that we will have a correction, but right now, it's looking like this is either a run up towards the inauguration, and we're going to see XRP go to an all-time high even before the inauguration potentially, or this is a short-term bull trap by market makers who know that the XRP community is anticipating this day tomorrow. We're less than 24 hours away now from the deadline for the SEC to file the appeal briefs. If they don't file them, case is over. And they can be filed late. I know that does happen from time to time, and usually the judges do give leeway. But we're just running with the date that we got, which is by tomorrow, it's supposed to be due. And we're anticipating that it will be filed. But even on that news, how much is XRP going to sell off, right? I mean, if XRP runs all the way up here to $293 here overnight, I am going to have to go to bed at some point, but we're going to keep it running for now and see if we can watch XRP break $3 while we're on the live here tonight. The highest daily close in XRP's history is $2.75, if I'm not mistaken. But I got that from BitBoy. I was on Twitter earlier and I saw that BitBoy said that the highest daily close for XRP is $2.75. Now the all-time high is a range between $3.30 and $3.84 is the highest price that I've seen. That's the all-time high for XRP. But if we close above $2.75, this would be the highest daily close as we head into Trump's inauguration and Congress coming in, a new SEC coming in. And even if the appeal briefs do get filed tomorrow, this case is done. I've been saying that this case is over. This case is over. And the thing is, had Trump lost and we still had the same SEC and the same dynamics with this SEC, then I wouldn't have been saying these things about the case being over. We probably wouldn't be in this position of XRP moving towards an all-time high. But this new SEC that's coming in with Paul Atkins, Hester Pierce, Mark Uyeda, they don't want to fight crypto. They know it's it's a technology that we need and that we haven't been given clarity on. And so they don't want to fight us. Versus if Gensler was allowed to remain, the Biden administration was still intact, or I guess Kamala, right? Biden didn't run. If Kamala came back in, it would have been old boss, same, or new boss, same as the old boss, right? Same handlers and everything. And we would have had the same SEC, same Chair Gensler, and they would have been stubborn enough to go fight the distance. And maybe this Ripple case would have gone all the way to the Supreme Court. But because we have a new SEC Chair, Paul Atkins, who doesn't want to fight crypto, who's well aware of the SEC versus Ripple case, by the way, he has a good understanding of it. He's not going to fight us. The other commissioners, Uyeda and Hester Pierce, they haven't been trying to fight us, even though Gary Gensler has kind of led the SEC with the other commissioners on his side. And the other thing now that I just thought of, whatever happened with that other SEC commissioner that was they were trying to get her approved, but they weren't able to? Does anybody know whether or not that SEC commissioner was able to get approved? I'm going to go to the chat here. Comments, questions, drop them down below. If anybody can answer that question for me, I'd greatly appreciate that. The other SEC commissioner that was supposed to get approved, they were going back and forth. Did she ever end up getting approved? By the way, guys, we are live here with 7,000 viewers, 10 o'clock on the West Coast, over 1 p.m., 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, we are less than 24 hours away. XRP is pumping here in the middle of the night. Asia's, getting in on this action. Australia, wrapping up their day. This thing is a moving. You did great in the movie, Zach. We want your autograph. Thank you. Black Gold, I appreciate that. Thank you. She got run off. Yeah. Time expired on her. Okay, Dennis, thank you. Thank you. Great. Yeah. And she was worse than Gensler. Even after the courts ruled that the SEC was being, ridiculous by holding up the spot Bitcoin ETFs, she still didn't want to approve them. So she was worse than Gary Gensler. But she was not approved, and so now Trump gets to come in. Trump gets to come in and gets to elect another commissioner. You are famous, Zach. Not quite. I'm well known in the XRP community, but I can promise you that when I walk the streets, nobody knows me. Besides in my local area, I'm been a part of this community for a while, so I do know a lot of people in my local area, but nobody knows me when I walk around, which I like it that way. Actually, it's it's a different position to be in, having your face online, being in the crypto world. So yeah, I like that. I'm enjoying this spot that we're in right now. Read the article? What article? Cornelius? What article are you talking about? RT, thank you for the 10 spot. Cracks me up that Kamala's $10 worth of XRP at 50 cents, aka, or $10 million worth of XRP at 50 cents, would be worth $568 million at $2.84, and there'll be $20 million in debt. RT, I appreciate the super chat. That's the thing, is that Chris Larson gave $10 million worth of XRP, right? It wasn't 10 million XRP, it was $10 million worth of XRP. right? But that was when XRP was at 50 cents. Yeah. I'm just curious on your thoughts on XRP from this week all the way to the end of the year. So I think that XRP could see $3 in the next 24 hours easily. I think that we're going to see all-time high for sure this month. That's my prediction for January, is that we're going to see $3.86, or sorry, $3.85. $3.85 is what I would consider the all-time high for XRP, or would be a new all-time high, I should say. So basically, we're going to go up, I think, $3.50 to $4 by the end of the month. And then by the end of this year, I think 15 to 20 bucks is in the cards. $10 is, I feel pretty certain on that one. Nothing's a guarantee, but it looks very promising for XRP to go up to about $10 easily this year. And 15 to 20 bucks could easily be done as well. Yes, I am lowballing and being very conservative. And I still think that XRP goes a lot higher, 5 to 10 years down the road. Dennis, you had a super chat for me that I missed. I appreciate that. Let me go find it. Dennis, thank you for the 2 spot. Any info on R3 Corda needing money or selling as OFOCT? What does that mean? Yeah. I don't know what the update is on R3. I haven't heard. I know, basically they kind of leaned into XDC, obviously still blockchain agnostic for Corda Settler, but they leaned into XDC. And then I haven't gotten any recent updates on R3. I got to check. We know our Jake Claver knows R3 very well. He's, talked with them. And so maybe I can ask Jake and see if he's got an updated scoop on R3. Other than that, I haven't seen much out of them. They were struggling though, weren't they? Did I hear something about that? That they were struggling to find a buyer, or they were struggling a little bit? What's the deal with R3? What's my maximum prediction for XRP? I don't have a max. I don't put a cap. Leonardo, appreciate the 589. Zach, I appreciate all you do. I listen and watch your videos daily. God bless you, brother, from Pacific Northwest near Olympia. Down there in the capital of the great state of Washington. A great state so poorly ran. I'm sure that you can sympathize with that, Leonardo. Down there in Olympia, in the heart of the mistakes being made. Keep up the good fight down there. Good area down there. I like it down there. Yeah, good spots. Good spots down there. I like to go to Long Beach. That's like the actual beach that we have here in Washington. Where I live, we don't have real beaches. We just have rocks. We just have rocks. We don't really have, we have sand too, obviously, but our beaches are not walkable with bare feet unless you're trying to build up the strength of your bare foot there, because yeah, it's a little bit rocky. But down there in Long Beach out there, love the beaches down there. And then we went to Portland last year. We did an overnight trip to Portland. My mom had bought tickets to the Blazers game. We went and watched that. That was the first time, or not the first time. I hadn't been to an NBA game in a long time. That was a lot of fun. Portland's out of their mind, though. Portland's absolutely crazy. Decent food, though. Anytime I can go to a city and get some options on food, I always appreciate that. Coming from my small town where we have basically one option for each type of food. Limited options. Jason Sinker, thank you for the 2 spot. Thoughts on XCN? X marks the spot. I haven't heard of XCN. Dennis says only artisan beer. Only artisan. I'm a only light, only very light. Nothing heavy. Keep it cheap. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Pump watch is coming to an end. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been a long day. Kids got us up about 5 a.m. So been rocking and rolling, doing the deal. Wouldn't have it any other way. I was actually having a nice dance party with the family. We were turning up. Had to turn up since XRP was pumping. So had a good time. Dropped a couple updates today. Went live here for 2 hours. We'll be back tomorrow for more. I appreciate you guys for stopping by here. And you guys already know the Abs. Abs, what are you doing up, brother? It is way past your bedtime. Good Morning Crypto's about to start here soon, isn't it? If I keep this stream going any longer, I'll just have to hop on over into Good Morning Crypto. We'll just keep it rolling. Good Morning Crypto, we'll keep it rolling. I'll let Abs take over from here. Australia in the chat. All right, guys. It was a good time tonight. I appreciate all your support. We ran at the chat here big time tonight. Had a lot of fun. We're watching XRP pump. The strength is incredible. And you guys are seeing everything that we're watching right now. We have 24 hours to go here. Tomorrow we'll wake up. We'll get our updated CPI lie. We'll get to see the SEC file their appeal briefs. I'm expecting that to come in at 11:59 p.m. Eastern with 1 minute to spare. And maybe Gary Gensler can give us an update. Maybe he'll do one more interview and he can tell us why they're continuing to file this appeal. And that's what I'm excited to read into. We'll have to bust out the red folder tomorrow. Excuse me. We'll have to bust out the red folder and do an update on the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. After we'll be able to read through that appeal and see what the SEC is going to try to fight this case further on. But as I said earlier, and we continue to observe, this case is over. Ripple is in the clear. XRP is in the clear. And our broader cryptocurrency space is going to get regulatory clarity at some point this year. We're just in the process of getting some of these bad guys and bad actors out of our way. So with that being said, it's looking like a bullish setup. We're rolling up here on Vancouver Resource Investment Conference this weekend. Really looking forward to getting to meet some of the family, some of the community up there in Vancouver this weekend. Talk about precious metals. I haven't been paying as much attention to the precious metals as of late. So much happening in crypto. And so I'm looking forward to catching up with the precious metal community and meeting some of our family up there in Vancouver. Going to be a lot of fun this weekend. So we'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate all of you guys' support. God bless each and every one of you. Elon Muff, thank you for another super chat. You guys made it rain tonight, and I could not do it without your support. I greatly appreciate all of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you and good night. God bless.